What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We're gonna do a quick run solo here. That's Chompers, in case you guys haven't met Chompers. He's new. He's my Sahasa Kubro. We'll talk more about him in another episode. We got the Galaxion out. We got the new core out. I have the dual Skanas out, and of course OBERON. And not the dual Skanas in here, but there's a lot to talk about on everything else. Update 14.6.0, guys. It's out. So let's talk about the good and the bad. And I would have had this out sooner, but I gotta be honest, I had some anger in parts of this, and we'll try to talk about that while we go through it a bit. But go ahead and definitely pay attention to some of the stuff that's going on in the video. You will understand some things better. I purposely took these weapons and whatnot for a reason. So, with that said, first off, the Harkonar armor is up. Here's a picture, in case you haven't seen it. Yeah. It's Grenier Exo armor that was stolen by the Tenno. Quite frankly, they can have it back, to be honest. I'm not much into the armor sets at all, and this is just ugly. A good thing they did was they added clarity on the alert survival missions, which is basically what I'm running right now. So what you'll see is a 10-minute countdown clock that is now displayed on these survival alert missions. This indicates the mission requires a full 10 minutes of survival to be completed. And so if you're looking there at the left-hand side of my screen, underneath the map, you'll see time, and it's counting down. And you'll see I just lost my power, thanks to that ancient. But that's not going to happen again at all. Alright. So, as we continue here, they added in the Ice Planet trophies for the Operation Cryotech Front. So, any clans that did win those trophies, or earn those trophies, if you will, congratulations to you guys. They should be in the game for you as of now. A new dissolve effect has been added for dead Kubros. Ortus can now be turned off with a new volume slider. Thank you. And let's get into OBERON here. So there's some big things on OBERON that I really want to talk about. Also, all this update information is over on the Everything Warframe page that I have in the Update 14 blog, as well as over on forum.nogcommunity.com. Yes, I plug my own stuff. Why not? Which is all accessible without having to log into the DE forums at all. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Warframe forums, it's just sometimes easier to access information. So, we're going to talk about all the good stuff here, and the bad stuff. OBERON, let's get into OBERON. OBERON's renewal now has a timer that displayed the current number of targets being healed. In addition to this, nice little feature. OBERON's renewal also now directly affects the Sentinels and Kubros. I noticed this in the last update that came out, that the Kubro would get healed when I used renewal, but I guess they're just talking about it now, so it's now in there, which is a nice little feature as well. And OBERON's renewal has also been fixed to properly castable at 25 energy. It had been broken before, and then they fixed the visual effect as well, where it wouldn't disappear correctly when you cast it at the 25 energy. So that's all been adjusted. Now, as well, Hallowed Ground is now hallowed. Let me tell you this. Now, it has an ability timer, so we're going to have to adjust this on the OBERON build. But as you can see, the Hallowed Ground there. Check it out. Watch. Hit it. Now, I'm going to stand on it. And I will take, literally... well, I can't say no damage, but I take no buffs, no nothing. But what makes this thing so much better now than what it was? Well, very simple. The Hallowed Ground does have an ability timer. However, OBERON's Hallowed Ground now has the ability placement. It's been shifted backwards slightly, so when you actually cast it with OBERON, you will receive the full buff and removal / immunity effects instantly. So when these ancients go to hit you, if you cast this when the ancient is hitting you, and it's underneath you when they go to hit you, it has no effect. Likewise, if I'm standing on it when there's a lot of ancients and whatnot coming out, here, we'll do it right now. / boom. He couldn't even do nothing to me. You see that? We'll do it a few more times in here. If you can cast that quick enough when they pull you in, then you're going to be safe on the debuff now that they've set it up so that it is, yeah, it is underneath you when you actually cast it. So yay, props to DE for doing that. Kubros and equipped ores will now be displayed when hovering squad members in information. It was their last update, but hopefully they fixed it. The mod screen now has stats for Warframe abilities and stances. So when you are ranking up a ability or a stance mod, you will see the change in your Warframe ability. I'll put that on the screen. They added a please wait message and will lock the player in when installing a module in your Lisette during the War's Prize. Something that actually, we'll just quickly touch base on these couple topics here that really get me mad, is they added in a PC type detection for the host selection purposes, which I'm perfectly fine with. They need some kind of detection system, you know, for better. But what instead they're doing, instead of actually looking for, let's say, upload-download speeds, no, instead what they're doing is they're taking people that own laptops and giving them a penalty equivalent of 150 milliseconds of ping, so to allow as select the best host possible. Simply put, and this is the nicest way I can think of putting it, is that is bullshit. I've got a top-rated AAA gaming PC laptop that I use that is 10 times better than my desktop and can beat most other people's desktops at this point. But it has nothing to do with what my computer can do. It has everything to do with my network. My network is super awesome, and with my new networking card, which is a dual card, I can actually be hooked into my landline and wireless at the same time, getting double the amount of speed out of my system. And I get a 6 megabit upload, which is more than enough. But when we're talking about people that say have DSL and are getting 1 megabit uploads, that is where your problem lies. It's all in the upload rate. If the upload is not good enough, it can't feed the information back and forth between other people's PCs. It has nothing to do with the computer itself for the majority of this. So I'm kind of pissed off about that. Another thing that actually kind of ticks me off in here, and for people that are running Trinity, I'd like to get some comments from you. Trinity's Blessing now heals for 40, 50, 75, and 80% health and shields based on the mod rank. That's it. No longer 100%. So now it's up to 80%. The percentage can be increased by using strength mods, but with Trinity, how it's built now, you don't really use a strength mod. So you're going to hurt yourself by using a strength mod. You're just going to ruin your current builds. So I'm kind of upset that they did that as well. But some other good things. They moved the Decisive Judgment stance mod off of Spectres in the Dark Sector arena, the PvP area, and they put them on Grineer Wardens, which are now found, of course, in the Rescue 2.0 missions. Now, as a result of doing that, the World on Fire was removed from the Grineer Wardens for this change, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for many people. They improved the aiming direction for Mirage's Prism ability as well. They improved a number of customization stuff in the arsenal. Anyone that may be running an AMD Radeon X1 series card, they've improved the DirectX 9 system performance on computers for that. Some network performance issues have been improved on Warframe abilities. Sound effects of the Raska Howl ability have been improved. Visual effects on frozen enemies have been improved. The maximum amount of Ancients that can be simultaneously active during an infested defense and survival missions has actually been reduced. That can be a good and a bad thing depending upon who you are. They tweaked the sound effects on the new core pistol. They increased the proc chance of the Glaxion. Right now, if you go back to my original build that I set up, okay, the current proc chance based off of that build, which is what I'm using right now, is a 93.9% proc chance right now on that build that I did a week ago or so when this weapon came out. 93% chance to proc now. Awesome. Based off of the build that I have. Not off the base weapon, but based off of the build that I'm running. They limited the maximum amount Glaxion firing sound effects, so it's not overbearing. They tweaked the pipe burst sound effect and infested corpus tile sets. Nova's wormhole can now support multiple wormholes, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending on the level of the ability. Also, Necros' Desecrate now affects frozen corpuses, so get him out and get running on him. They improved the performance of the new core on lower-end computers and tweaked the fusion visual effects as well. Those are the main things that have been changed in this. There are a number of other things too. Trinity's Blessing effect affecting the excavators. Nightmare nodes are disappearing when returning from a mission. Coolant leak visual effects appearing for allies and a player after a radiation proc PvP duel. A big one, though, was Nyx's Absorb not properly costing the 7, 6, 5, and 4 energy per second, so they've adjusted that. There's a whole bunch of other things. The Valkyr's Warcry armor buff not properly being removed after the ability ends. These are just some of the fixes that are in here. Again, I have all that stuff listed. If you want to know a little bit more, feel free to go check that out. If you have any comments or questions at any time, please do feel free to leave any comments or questions below. Hope you enjoyed this. I will catch you guys in future episodes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.